Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, August 13th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 717 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. This is because of you, Minnesota Congressman takes credit for January 6 jab at buzzer. Jake Paul won't face federal charges after the FBI raided his mansion. He was being investigated for filming looting at an Arizona mall in 2020. People are posting memes mocking MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell's conspiracy theory-driven cyber symposium. Silence from congressional liberals as Democrats move towards SALT tax cut for wealthy. Deputies fired for not getting sheriffs okay to work for Bush. Lincoln Project co-founder calls for criminal investigation into Trump's self-coup. Afghanistan veterans are riveted in horror by Taliban's faster-than-expected takeover. Woman pointing guns laser sight for cat to chase shoots man, Wisconsin cops say. Nate Berkus and Jeremiah Brent sell NYC townhouse for $13.5 million. North Texas runs out of pediatric intensive care unit beds amid COVID surge. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Women angered by questions from NFL investigators during Deshaun Watson inquiry, ESPN. Khloe Kardashian posts almost unrecognizable photo of herself with curly hair, felt kinda cute, Yahoo Life. Eric Mangini breaks down Mac Jones' debut, Justin Fields, Doc's second MRI NFL. The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Nancy Griffith, Grammy-winning singer-songwriter, dies at 68, Variety. NOAA declared July 2021 the hottest month on Earth ever, The Washington Post. In the West, a connection between COVID and wildfires, The New York Times. Engineers make critical advance in quantum computer design, phys.org. CDC Advisory Panel recommends additional vaccines for people with weakened immune systems, ABC News. New York Assembly will suspend Andrew Cuomo impeachment investigation after governor resigns, CNBC. The Lamborghini Countach returns as a supercapacitor-powered hybrid supercar, Fox News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Gavin Newsom slams leading GOP recall candidate, keys to the ride of Donald Trump. Terry Crews adds a bit of nuance to the celebrity showering debate. Lizzo drops video for new song rumors featuring Cardi B. Oregon School District votes to ban clothing, flags supporting Pride and Black Lives Matter. RNC keeps echoing Trump's lies that led to January 6 attack on democracy. Monica Lewinsky slyly drags Linda Tripp when asked what she looks for in a friend. Laura Ingraham and John Taffer suggest treating workers like hungry dogs. Dems urge new support for Native Americans as disturbing revelations loom. Canada will require air travelers to be vaccinated. Taliban sweep across Afghanistan south, taking 4 more cities. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. AG warns of disaster scams after storms in MI. Teen dies after lightning strike at Orchard Beach. Lightning strikes likely cause of 2 house fires. Suspect in 3 murders was neighbors W victims. Dallas mayor says he was blindsided by report. Deputy hit head-on by wrong-way driver. 6-year-old is trading a paper clip for a house. Mom, cancer survivor gets double lung transplant after COVID. Drug trafficker arrested thanks to residents. Student fell from alleged school, hospitalized. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Robert Plant and Alison Krauss team up again, and 10 more new songs. Modern Love Season 2, an interview with Andrew Rannells. Bad news for Trump-adjacent weirdos delight Seth Meyers. When a social butterfly meets a homebody. What we think we know about metabolism may be wrong. Are Delta symptoms different? A lawyer's deathbed confession about a sensational 1975 kidnapping. Why does snow review, the fairest of them all? Pope Francis is tearing the Catholic Church apart. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Nancy Griffith, Grammy-winning folk singer-songwriter, dead at 68. Why is Friday the 13th believed to be unlucky? A history of the superstition. Texas House Sergeant at Arms visiting homes looking for Democrats who fled, report. Pentagon pressed on whether Taliban has advantage in Afghanistan. Philadelphia orders double masks for unvaccinated city employees. U.S. officials in Afghanistan are destroying sensitive dogs at embassy in Kabul. Deshaun Watson accusers frustrated, NFL, Roger Goodell have failed me. Chip and Joanna Gaines want to invest in a Montecito home, report. Delta variant, how do I get tested for it? Blake Lively promotes husband Ryan Reynolds' movie with cheeky bikini photo. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, August 13th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. I think I will die, Lyft driver brutally beaten by passenger wants policy changes. Parent attacks teacher over school mask mandate, emotions are really high right now. Child tax credit, why are some parents having problems? 3 educators lose battle with COVID-19 in less than 24 hours in Florida County. South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone say they've agreed to buy Casa Bonita. Child tax credit, August payments arriving in parents' bank accounts. It shows that anything is possible, Kayla Wood on athletes in limited lacrosse. Colorado police officer terminated for not stopping, not reporting excessive force. Yankees-White Sox game at Field of Dreams is a trip of nostalgic joy for many. Experts, the best way to deal with new COVID-19 anxieties is to have hope and remember we've persevered before. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Plymouth shooting, girl, 3, and her father, 43, killed by insult after he murdered his mother, 51. Children often suffer chronic headaches and fatigue from long COVID. Mohammed Hadi denies any wrongdoing as he finally takes the witness stand over his mega mansion. Ben Affleck's ex Lindsay Shapoose proudly shows off large Fort Wayne birthmark covering her right leg. Strictly Come Dancing 2021, rugby star Ugo Monai set to be final contestant. Plymouth killer Jake Davison was handed shotgun back last month. China reportedly prepared to recognize the Taliban as Afghanistan's legitimate rulers. Anti-vaxxer German nurse denies injecting saline, not COVID vaccine, into up to 8,600 patients. Prince Charles seen ahead of crisis talks with Prince Andrew following Virginia Giuffre's lawsuit. Coachella will require all concertgoers and event staff to be vaccinated against COVID-19. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. A perilous journey and an uncertain future, the plight of Afghan refugees in Turkey. Afghanistan's rapid collapse is part of a long, slow U.S. defeat. Hermit crabs may be excited by plastic pollution in ocean, researchers say. Russia tells veteran BBC correspondent to leave as relations with West deteriorate. Why did my friend get blown up? For what? Afghanistan war veterans horrified by Taliban gains. Want to stay long-term in France? First come the classes on how to be French. Maduro is poised to launch talks with Venezuela's opposition. He seems to have the upper hand. In China, the dream of an American education loses some of its gleam. Nicaraguan police raid storied opposition newspaper. As Taliban widens its grip, Afghans reckon with life under militant rule. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors. The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Brentford v Arsenal, Premier League, Live. Taliban advances in Afghanistan deeply concerning, says Pentagon, U.S. politics. Live. COVID Hive News, England R number between 0.8 and 1.0, Thailand predicts daily cases to double by next month. Grammy-winning folk artist Nancy Griffith dies at 68. Well-preserved 28,000-year-old lion cub found in Siberian permafrost. July was world's hottest month ever recorded, U.S. scientists confirm. Wildfire smoke has caused rise in COVID infections and deaths, study finds. Police name 5 people killed in Plymouth, including gunman's mother. Washington State confirms first live murder hornet sighting of the year. Former model car Sutton sues Gerald Murray over rape accusation. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. COVID-19 Hive updates, Louisiana close to the breaking point, governor warns. Mom urges masks in school after son experiences rare COVID-19 complication. Biden made Obamacare cheaper, now sign-up deadline is here. 27 vaccinated people test positive for COVID on Carnival ship. Global sizzling, July was hottest month on record, NOAA says. Teen dies after being struck by lightning at beach. Ram pickups recalled, faulty side airbags can hurl shrapnel. Lawsuit, U.S. withholding wildfire fuel break information. Month 2 of child tax credit hits bank accounts. Fred may strengthen to tropical storm as it closes in on U.S., latest track. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. BBC condemns Russia's decision to not renew correspondent's visa. COVID booster, U.S. approves third jab for the immunocompromised. US-Mexico border migrant detention levels reach 21-year high. Turkey floods, death toll near Black Sea rises to 31. 4 Florida educators died of COVID within a day of each other, says union. Afghanistan, panic and disbelief as thousands flee Taliban onslaught. Lord of the Rings, Amazon moves show to UK from New Zealand. Britney Spears' father to step down as conservator. Lee Jae-yong, Samsung Air released from prison on parole. North Korea airs Olympics coverage days after it ends. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. The Dixie Fire has been burning for a month in California. Here's what it's like on the front lines. AP Top Stories August 13th p. UN chief says Afghanistan spinning out of control. News emerges vote no in California recall election. Local officials, businesses lash out at Texas governor. 50 Cent on new series Raising Cannon, his passion for music. Authorities take second child from American Idol star Sia Shimercado, prompting outcry. First place is the worst place to be. July was Earth's hottest month ever recorded, NOAA says. Tropical storm warning issued for Florida Keys as Fred is forecast to strengthen before landfall, what we know. Tropical depression Fred heads for Florida as another system lurks in the Atlantic. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. As some parents protest school mask mandates, experts urge students to keep face coverings on. Los Angeles Police Department shooting in Wilmington under investigation, police say. LAUSD orders all teachers and staff to be fully vaccinated by October 15. Compton City Councilman charged with election rigging, bribery and race decided by one vote. Recall gives Netflix's Reed Hastings a chance to mend fences with Newsom. A crumbling marriage, a delayed police report, Robert Durst describes wife's disappearance. Column, I went searching for hot chicken and rediscovered Nashville instead. Podcast, a black police officer opens up. Delta variant leaves Angelenos reassessing how to live their lives. Latino and black victims account for nearly all of LA's surge in homicides. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, August 13th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Revealed, ExxonMobil, Shell and BP among oil companies paying negative tax in UK on some North Sea operations. Study says new Lambda variant could be vaccine resistant. July was hottest month ever recorded on Earth, US data shows. Canadian federal government to require vaccinations for all federal public servants, air and train passengers. Canada to mandate COVID-19 vaccines for all federal public employees. UK Defense Secretary says Trump's deal with the Taliban was rotten and that the international community will pay the consequences. Indian government bans manufacture, sale and use of identified single-use plastic items from July 1, 2022. Pfizer, Moderna seen reaping billions from COVID-19 vaccine booster market. Afghan women forced from banking jobs as Taliban take control. Denmark and Norway to shut embassies in Afghanistan, evacuate staff. Amazon forest loss at second highest level since 2008. Kremlin critic Navalny slapped with new criminal charges. China's zero-COVID policy is so strict that it shut down a whole shipping terminal after just one case. Pakistani forces clash with Afghan protesters at border crossing. Taliban news. Afghan warlord Ismail Khan, known as Lion of Herat, detained by Taliban as his city falls to insurgents. The next headlines are from Forbes. Taliban could retake Kabul almost exactly 20 years after U.S. drove them out. Zach Wilson, Denzel Mims and other New York Jets to watch in Saturday's preseason opener. China's legal warfare puts business executives at risk. FEMA has paid out over $1 billion for funerals of coronavirus victims. Cuomo impeachment probe to be dropped after he leaves office, NY House Speaker says. Brooklyn Nets, Philadelphia 76ers among teams scheduled to attend Lance Stevenson workout. 1,200 Hawaii first responders suing state over COVID vaccine mandate. Disney rallies on positive earnings, here's how to trade it now. Mindset matters, how Jason Goldsmith is redefining the mental fitness of professional athletes and altering the youth sports landscape. The Earth just had its hottest month ever, setting a record that probably won't last long. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Has COVID taught us anything about pandemic preparedness? Autocorrect errors in Excel still creating genomics headache. A dying world, overheated and nearly ruined. Warming world, women in science, the week in infographics. How I tackled post-PhD imposter syndrome. From drab to dazzling, seaweed yields sparkling colored inks. The giant centipede that devours fluffy baby seabirds. Why NASA's Mars rover failed to collect its first rock core. How do vaccinated people spread Delta? What the science says. Mammoth's epic travels preserved in tusk. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,724,642,552 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Music producer Neely Hooper takes leading role at NFT venture thrown alongside music executive G. Robertson exclusive. My Hero Academia live-action movie lands director Shinsuke Sato. Bad Baby cashes in big, the 18-year-old rapper is a multimillionaire, no thanks to the music industry. Save big on the best-selling Razer Kraken gaming headset. Locarno winner Relitsa Petrova wants to empower the female body with lust. Nancy Griffith, Grammy-winning singer-songwriter, dies at 68. Endeavour content boards the Panthers Toronto-bound New Zealand drama series exclusive. Apple says its iCloud child porn scanning system won't trigger alerts until it detects at least 30 images. Executive Leadership Council launches Spotify-sponsored Levels program to advance Black executives. Ryan Reynolds' 10 best performances. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Scientists discover not one, but two new dinosaur species in China. July was the hottest month in recorded human history. Canada will require all air travelers to be vaccinated, in a broad new policy. New York Assembly will suspend Cuomo impeachment investigation once he steps down. A gold medalist returned to thank the volunteer who helped him make his race on time. CDC panel recommends third vaccine dose for immunocompromised people. A study in Bangladesh tripled the rate of mask wearing. Can it help in the U.S.? Survivors laud Apple's new tool to spot child sex abuse, but the backlash is growing. Florida Governor DeSantis expands monoclonal antibody treatments amid COVID-19 spike. Little League says the general public cannot attend its World Series. The following headlines are from The Week. It's so hot in Florida, Sicily that snails are burning in their shells. The Week's best photojournalism. Puzzles, Printable Crossword and Sudoku, issue, August 20, 2021. Solutions, Crossword and Sudoku, issue, August 20, 2021. Puzzles, Interactive Crossword, issue, August 20, 2021. Jeopardy! As dual hosting plan reportedly came about because Mayim Bialik was too busy for the main gig. The child tax credit payments are already showing why they should be made permanent. The Week contest, pork shortage. Fox News reportedly helped run DeSantis stage a vaccine news event in January. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. A moving memoir chronicles a queer coming of age in Midland. What the new climate change report means for El Paso and the Southwest. The next headlines are from Universe Today. NASA sends a 3D printer for lunar regolith and more to the International Space Station. Dragonfly mission has some ambitious science goals to accomplish when it arrives at Titan. OSIRIS-REx got to know Bennu really well. Apparently, there's now 1 in 1,750 chance that it'll hit Earth by 2300. Wanda Lego James Webb Space Telescope, it even folds up. Rocky planet found with only half the mass of Venus. Curiosity might not be in an ancient lake at all. Astronomy Jargon 101, Adaptive Optics. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, August 13th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Starship stacking produces world's tallest rocket. Happy Friday 13th, y'all. A year with 13 Friday the 13th THS. The Great Rift is a dark spot in the Milky Way. New odds on asteroid Bennu, will it strike Earth? Jupiter's energy crisis solved, auroras roast upper atmosphere. The next news is from Politico. Biden races to hire senior staff at trained agencies. UK Defense Secretary, Afghanistan turning into failed state where Al-Qaeda will return. Why the coronavirus lab leak theory won't go away. Poland's restitution law sparks row with Israel and the US. New York lawmakers suspend Cuomo impeachment investigation. CDC advisors vote to endorse third vaccine dose for immunocompromised people. RNC chair lambasts term birthing person in rebuke of Democratic leadership. Women in NY politics say Cuomo was just the beginning. Biden's new eviction ban survives initial core challenge. 9 Dems threaten mutiny over Pelosi's budget plan. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. By law, the COVID clampdown on our civil rights need never end. Their children were taken, now they fight Japanese laws to get them back. The worst NRL offenders for set restarts revealed. Are they gaming the system? Lockdown viewing, 13 shows to try if you've already watched everything. Why ABC's Back to Nature is the slow, gentle salve we all need. Removal of historic Willow Grove starts to make way for Parramatta Powerhouse. Timber to build 500 Australian homes lies abandoned in Shanghai. The Chosen Few, how Victoria is really governed. The Cunning and Barnaby Joyce's climate shuffle. Goldman Sachs set to score from Spain's football woes. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Personal Finance Daily, what to do if you didn't receive your child tax credit payments and the jobs you can do that could surprisingly earn 6 figures. Market Snapshot, Dow, S&P 500 ended records Friday, finish week with longest streak of closing records since March. Market Extra, exclusive, Blackstone-backed company cuts ties with Servpro franchise that allegedly neglected child migrants. The ratings game, 5 reasons why AMD stock could rally more than 20% from here, according to Bank of America analyst. Bond report, Treasury yields end lower but post biggest 2-week rise since June. The Margin, South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone are buying Casa Bonita restaurant. Futures movers, oil declines, but U.S. prices notch a weekly gain as traders weigh spread of Delta variant. The ratings game, Wish dives toward a record low as analyst downgrades after disappointing earnings report. Leo Messi will receive part his pay in cryptocurrency, should you do the same? A wealthy client gifted me $75,000 to help save my business. Her circumstances have changed, now she wants it back. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Artificial intelligence as the inventor of life sciences patents, J.D. Supra. Intellectual property strategies to best protect cannabis-related innovations, J.D. Supra. Samus is making huge waves in the tech industry, CG Magazine. Navy engineer awarded 2 patents for underwater fuel cell tech, TechLink. What does a compulsory license have in common with a fig leaf, intellectual property, Poland, Mondak News alerts. Determine the global forecast for medical intellectual property market through 2030, know the current trends are long, open PR. 48-hour invention contest challenges Madisonians to think fast, Madison.com. What is the difference between an invention patent and a utility model patent? Lexology. About patents and employers, Daily Monitor. CNIPA releases draft amendment of patent examination guidelines for public consultation, Lexology. The next headlines are from Quartz. With Delta on the rise, are kids safe going back to school? The future of Afghanistan will be decided by several international stakeholders. How to stop looking at your phone. Beijing's crackdown on private tutoring is upending lives inside and outside China. The fall of Afghanistan is the result of a financial judgment. Why African countries are against Israel's new African Union role. There is no such thing as a low-skilled worker. Taliban takeover, India's VC industry, meat-eating flowers. Public favors masks in classrooms but balks at mandating vaccinations for students. India wants a third of its police force to be female, but it's not even close. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Texas legislature has another ridiculous and unconstitutional content moderation bill. Say goodbye to email filters. Apple's new scanning tools raising more concerns, even inside Apple. Why companies keep folding to copyright pressure, even if they shouldn't. Daily Deal, the all-access CompTIA A+ and Network Certification Prep Bundle. Now it's Harvard Business Review getting Section 230 very, very wrong. U.S. Chamber of Commerce paying people $2,000 to pretend binding arbitration is good. Department of Justice announces investigation of Phoenix PD's use of excessive force and abuse of homeless people. Content moderation case study, Twitter temporarily locks account of Indian technology minister for copyright violations, 2021. Twitch finally gets around to letting banned streamers know why they were banned. Shiva AI Adore drops his potentially interesting lawsuit about Massachusetts officials complaining to Twitter about tweets. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Nancy Griffith. La Liga. Laura Osnes. Travis Scott. Ben Platt. Premier League. Don Cheadle. Kelly Clarkson. Sophie Stock. Fred Storm. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. UK police watchdog investigating cops over return of Plymouth shooter's gun and permit. As reinstatement day trends, Twitter rushes to inform its users that Trump cannot be reinstated. U.S. Embassy in Afghanistan tells staff to destroy sensitive documents and computers, state-backed media reports. Tokyo 2020 Olympic gold-winning wrestler born in Kiev receives racist abuse and is told go to Africa. Amazon's criminal decision to move Lord of the Rings filming from New Zealand to UK sparks epic debate over real Middle-earth. We're going to lose at the border, Homeland Security Chief says in leaked audio. France's top court upholds constitutionality of controversial anti-separatism law aimed at tackling Islamists. Jake Paul cleared of federal charges and sparks debate after comparing himself to pound-for-pound great Canelo Alvarez. Bolivian wildfires destroyed 749,000 hectares of land in 2021, NGO says, as border region declares red alert over places. Fact-checking site Snopes admits multiple plagiarism cases by its own co-founder and CEO. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Snopes suspends co-founder for mass plagiarism, staff revolts. Crypto soar after JP Morgan says clear signs institutional demand rising. Inflation, Keynes, the gold watch, and everything. Crypto rips, dollar dips, and stocks hit record highs as Americans' confidence collapses. Morgan Stanley, the Delta wave will peak in 1-2 weeks. Robinhood spikes after report that SEC folds on payment for order flow ban. 50 years after Nixon ended the gold standard, one bank asks, can we continue to do this? Supply chains braced for collapse, Port of LA fears repeat of shipping nightmare as China locks down. Watch, Philadelphia announces double mask mandate for government workers. A sudden negative change in the economy, consumer spending slides as majority now expect a new slowdown. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. U.S. says it hopes to see more resistance from Afghan forces. Mexican president apologizes to indigenous for Spanish conquest. They sold us out, Afghans in disbelief over Taliban gains. Lost time in space, Boeing Starliner launch faces another delay. Is an all-out civil war now likely in Ethiopia? Canada announces COVID jab mandate for travelers, gov workers. Grief grips South African town after gruesome vigilante killings. Federal judge leaves U.S. evictions moratorium in place. U.S. announces new Iran sanctions, targeting Omani broker. Bonus edition, Kashmir, deep-sea mining, femicide in Pakistan. The next headlines are from Breitbart. WHO, member Metzl, we need a full investigation into China lab leak theory. De Blasio warns people should keep a very close eye on Cuomo's final days in office. Former NY Governor David Paterson, Cuomo's 14-day resignation plan is suspicious. Supreme Court strikes down part of New York's eviction ban. NY lawmakers will suspend impeachment probe after Andrew Cuomo resigns. Tom Cotton calls on DHS Secretary Mayorkas to resign over record illegal immigration to U.S. We are powerless, Joe Biden official deletes social media post admitting failure in Afghanistan. 3 Senate Republicans who voted for $1.2 trillion infrastructure hoax have GOP opponents in 2022. 27 vaccinated people on cruise test positive for coronavirus. Facebook delays return to office until January 2022. The next headlines are from UPI News. Look, kitten rescued from marsh after falling from South Carolina bridge. Watch, man finds $130,000 taped to bottom of used fridge. Watch, man balances field hockey stick on one finger for 3 hours, 35 minutes. Look, alligator captured in Appalachian Mountains farm pond. Pelican escapes from Irish zoo, spotted 100 miles away. Watch, woman runs 100 miles on treadmill in under 22 hours for Guinness record. Missouri man wins lottery jackpot 3 years after Powerball win. Slice of cake from Princess Diana, Prince Charles wedding sells for over $2,500. Bull halts traffic on California freeway. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. The dual beneficial effect of physical activity in depression gets confirmed by new study. Video shows Wally the walrus appearing to drive the boat he clambered into during his latest escapade. On Italy's beaches, specially trained dogs are working as daring lifeguards. Dog missing for weeks wanders into Walmart and finds owner working at the register. Deeply empathetic people process music differently in their brains. Nintendo is partnering with a non-profit to bring gaming consoles to hospitalized kids. Two-legged pooch rescued from Afghanistan makes the most amazing recovery, he's full of joy. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, August 13th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Children born during pandemic have lower IQs, U.S. study finds. Calaveras County lottery winning mother killed in apparent murder-suicide. Woman using gun's laser sight to play with cat shoots friend. You can buy your next Toyota Tacoma or Toyota Hilux with corn. Kenosha woman using gun's laser sight to play with cat shoots friend. Naked man watched woman undress and tan at Planet Fitness in South Carolina, cops say. Police say, the worst mass shooting in Britain since 2010, is not terror-related. Red Bull illegal drifting stunt ruined a historical 11th century square in Kiev, Ukraine with tire marks. Man says he killed his kids over QAnon conspiracy theories and serpent DNA, fearing they'd become monsters. Olympic gold medal bitten by Nagoya mayor to be replaced. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. This AI turns your photos into paintings while you watch. NVIDIA CGI CEO doesn't look ready to replace the real Jensen Huang. Learn the wonders of big data with this supersized learning bundle for under $60. The Perseid meteor shower is tonight, here's how to watch it. Why social networks need a grievance officer in India. VW CEO says OMFG about poor F charging points. Please Apple, go through everything on my phone. It's not too late to stop the killer robot uprising. What is federated learning? TikTok adds features to cap teens' app usage for their own good. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Crop insurance and unintended consequences. Cancer patients use less marijuana than general public, study finds. For trees, carbs are key to surviving insect defoliation, study finds. Why boiling droplets can race across hot oily surfaces. New clinical risk management tools are needed to prevent COVID-19 deaths, say experts. Scientists take step to improve crops' photosynthesis, yields. Gender, personality influence use of interactive tools online. Researchers solve structure of BRCA2 protein complex important in DNA repair. A holistic approach to materials for the next generation of electrical insulation. New biomarkers may detect early eye changes that can lead to diabetes-related blindness. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, August 13th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA, Boeing to provide update on Starliner's orbital flight test 2. NASA awards $18 million for research at minority-serving institutions. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Bagley cartoon, imposing masklessness. Gen Z Orthodox Christians, Mormons, others double down on spirituality, combining tarot and traditional faith. Highland and Bountiful football game cancelled after player tests positive for COVID-19. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City gets a Season 2 trailer, with a peek at Jen Shah's legal troubles, and a new cast member. Utah's intensive care units past capacity as COVID patients surge in. Almost 900 more Utahns test positive for COVID-19. New census numbers are staggering. We know Utah is growing. See by how much and where. Cordell Roy, Mike Lee's bill to allow off-highway vehicles in national parks is a bad idea. Suzanne McDougall, arsenic and old lakes. Ari Goldfarb, with deepening drought in the West, farmers could make a bigger difference. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Samsung's leader is out of jail, allowing U.S. factory plans to move forward. These people who work from home have a secret, they have 2 jobs. July was Earth's hottest month on record. Apple warns staff to be ready for questions on child porn issue. The way the Senate melted down over crypto is very revealing. Facebook shut down German research on Instagram algorithm, researchers say. The GTA Remaster trilogy appears to be real, and coming to Switch. House lawmakers join Senate in targeting app stores. Speaker pioneer Sonos fighting Google in golden age of audio. NVIDIA reveals its CEO was computer-generated in keynote speech. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. How did that get there? Car part embedded in I-70 modded sign. Illinois mom charged in the death of her 3-year-old son. Governor Pritzker signs bill preventing her discrimination in schools. Missouri's interstates need funding if they are going to serve the future, data shows. Death investigation, teen's body found on Creve golf course. St. Louis Blues 2021 to 2022 schedule released with start times. Jim Edmonds engaged after finalizing divorce. 150,000 square foot indoor vertical farm coming to the St. Louis region. Field of Dreams game to return in 2022, could the Cardinals be there? Ameren expects most St. Louis area customers to get power back by Saturday night. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Border Patrol agents reportedly shot at while making arrests. Ranchita proposed for placement of sexually violent predator. Road rage is real, video shows driver throwing hammer at vehicle. San Diego card room owner reaches settlement in illegal gambling case. Victims of shooting at Golden Hill Park identified. Average gas price in San Diego rises to highest amount since October 2012. Priests should decline requests for exemption from vaccine mandates, Bishop says. Child tax credit, IRS to issue second round of advance payments Friday. Masks, vaccinations continue to fuel debate in San Diego County school districts. Grossmont Center sold after 60 years of family ownership. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army evaluates laser-equipped Stryker combat vehicle. Saudi Arabia receives Kozak 5 armored vehicles from Ukraine. New Ukrainian robotic vehicles to feature in country's Independence Day parade. Slovak Air Force to join Ukrainian military parade for Independence Anniversary. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. SupChina features Roundup, the start of modern Sino-Japanese relations and more. Peter Martin on what makes China's diplomats tick, and so ticked off. Canadians behind bars and other news this week. Drinking culture and sexual misconduct at Alipada. China affirms tech crackdown will continue with more regulations rolling out through 2025. Barred from tutoring children, Chinese test prep giant wants to educate parents. Peter Martin on what makes China's diplomats tick, and so ticked off. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, August 13th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. 3 arrested after 13-year-old shot to death in East San Jose. Investigation underway after 14-month-old baby shot in Richmond. Contra Costa first responders will now have to be vaccinated. This city is set to become most expensive outside of California. Air quality advisory extended to Sunday. Teachers, here's how to get Chipotle to reimburse your school supplies. San Francisco distributes supplies for back-to-school giveaway. Angered over face mask double standard, California parent allegedly strikes teacher. 49ers to play first preseason game Saturday against Chiefs. Scott Peterson retrial, defense staging witch hunt, De says. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. From Nigeria to Buffalo, Afe Abada's hard journey to the NFL. Thanasis Ntozake Poyana's brother, staying with Bucks. Canada to require air travelers to be vaccinated. Walt Disney, Pilgrim's Pride rise, Best Buy, JP Morgan fall. Former ski resort exec pleads guilty to one charge, 9 dropped. Clippers re-sign Nick Batum to complete free agent signings. Plans being made for year-round use of state fairgrounds. Person found dead in Libertyville house after fire. After nearly 2 years of debate, Itasca is close to decision on Haymarket drug treatment facility. Lincecum, Tim Anderson's walk-off homer wasn't exactly Hollywood on the farm. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Alki Beach Pride, music fests, comedy, more happening in Seattle this weekend. Kent, Washington is one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S., according to new census data. With Cuomo's resignation, WA's Jay Inslee is poised to be the longest-serving state governor in U.S. New Amazon Fresh grocery store opens in Seattle's Central District. Where to beat the heat in Seattle, cooling shelters, libraries, spray parks, more. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 13.87 km, in Kermadec Islands region August 13, 2021, 1846 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 129.34 km, in Philippines August 13, 2021, 1508 UTC, 16,840,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Linda 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Fred 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 1621, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 43.81 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands August 13, 2021, 11:45 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.3 m, depth 10 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands August 13, 2021, 10:34 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands August 13, 2021, 6:14 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 66.17 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands August 13, 2021, 3:43 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, August 13th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Memorial services set for former sprinter Cameron Burrell. Mother robbed at an Houston gas station with kids in the car. Texas death row inmate sues for pastor's touch during execution. Galveston City Council passes ban on balloon releases. Suspect wanted in connection with 3-year-old boy's death on New Year's Eve. Some Houston area school districts defying Governor Abbott's COVID orders. Flood advisory issued until 4:30 p.m. as scattered storms enter area. Judge extends order blocking Abbott's order for troopers to pull over vehicles transporting migrants. Wanted man accused of getting teen drunk to sexually assault her. Houston Methodist CEO says doing this can slow Delta variant surge in just 2 weeks. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Boeing astronaut capsule grounded for months by valve issue. UAW members to vote in fall on direct election of leaders. More U.S. cities requiring proof of vaccination to go places. U.S. stocks eke out gains, leaving S&P 500 higher for the week. Pelosi faces new threat from moderate Democrat over budget. Jill Biden wears medical boot after foot injury in Hawaii. Las Vegas grocery storefront collapses at opening, injures 4. The latest, Italy pushes to get Afghan interpreters out. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, people who got a second WFH job are discreetly enjoying a two-salary life. These out-the-door dining structures and open streets won alfresco awards. NY Assembly suspends impeachment investigation into Cuomo's actions. Why some COVID variants are more racialized than others. Early edition, the wide world of subway bleeps and bloops. In a boost to landlords, Supreme Court blocks part of New York's eviction moratorium. 6 people injured after lightning strike at Orchard Beach. Meet the owner who got the smallest federal restaurant grant in New York City. New York City's population hits a record 8.8 million, according to 2020 census. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Digitization boosts mechanized farming among Kenyan farmers. Here is how we can keep women safe from sexual violence. Fast-moving Afghanistan crisis has hallmarks of humanitarian catastrophe. How market knowledge is powering Africa's solar irrigation sector. UN Health Agency urges support for new COVID-19 origins studies. World Bank looks to trains in Argentina's climate battle. Afghanistan, UN chief following escalation in fighting with deep concern. Top UN envoy points to fresh hope for democratic Somalia. Youth must be included in disarmament and non-proliferation. Youth need seat at the table to lead struggle for better future, Gooders. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. 2021 is 1984, our liberties and freedoms are being ripped away from us and America is almost gone. Biden says $3.5 trillion spending plan won't stoke inflation. San Fran becomes first major city requiring vaccinations for most indoor activities. Head of WHO origin investigation team admits communist China ordered them what to write in report. A kingpin, the mob, and a murder, the deeper mystery behind the Arthur Shapiro homicide. Swedish politician who called UN climate report scare propaganda forced to resign from party. Video, Philadelphia announces double mask mandate for government workers. 20 years of war in Afghanistan has cost U.S. taxpayers over $2.2 trillion. Vaccine passports for interstate travel, too polarizing for the moment. Danish WHO chief says COVID patient 0 was likely Wuhan lab worker. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. A note from Snopes writers about co-founders' plagiarism. Apology from members of Snopes senior management. No, Marine General David Berger did not berate Defense Sec. Lloyd Austin over vaccines. 27 people aboard Carnival cruise test positive for COVID-19. Facebook fails to stem COVID's denialism even as Delta variant surges. Census shows U.S. is diversifying, white population shrinking. Britney Spears' father to step down from conservatorship. No, Bill Lee did not sanction quarantine camps for unvaccinated Tennesseans. Do Pez dispensers automatically remove wrappers? About that Nazi eagle on Donald Trump's cards. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Biden and Buttigieg overstate jobs impact from infrastructure bill. Post offers misleading advice on mandatory vaccines and unemployment benefits. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Back-to-school discounts from Office Depot, Oakley, and more. James C. Hormel, America's first out gay ambassador, dies at 88. Bill Cosby plays victim again in fight against sexual assault lawsuit. The best new launches from Maiden, Rothy's, and more. Relive your youth with the slip and slide sale on Amazon. The easiest way to upgrade your cooking, gourmet condiments. Even the UK is turning on Biden's hasty Afghan pullout. Suspected UK mass shooter said he was American, Trump-supporting virgin. Judge seals report on voting machine vulnerability. Shia LaBeouf was accused of physical and sexual abuse. Now he's playing a saint. The next headlines are from the New York Post. New WHO team will probe COVID origins, quickly rejected by China as political. WHO scientists wants closer look at Wuhan lab that moved days before COVID-19 outbreak. Did this pigeon hitch a fly to Greece? Ari Emanuel kicked out of 11 Madison Park after a hissy fit. Roman Reigns explains missionary position taunted John Cena. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. Jupiter reaches opposition. Jupiter at opposition, explore the gas giant at its best. Prepare for the Perseids. Perseid meteor shower 2021, when, where, and how to see it. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Extra vaccine dose okayed for some with weakened immune systems. Branson sells $300 min Virgin Galactic stock after rocket ride. July was the hottest month ever recorded, NOAA says. Florida school board to require masks despite ban. First live murder hornet of 2021 spotted in Washington state. Dr. Anthony Fauci says he feels quite good after getting COVID vaccine. COVID vaccine mandates gaining momentum as U.S. cases and hospitalizations rise. Climate change and its effect on deadly heat waves and wildfires. New COVID vaccine mandates as cases strain hospitals. Autonomous sail drones built to survive hurricanes and provide unprecedented data. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. UFOs, shifting the narrative from threat to science. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Controversial Brooklyn rezoning plan gets boost from NYC Democratic mayoral nominee Eric Adams. Zoo releases pictures of adorable, tiny baby pandas. Florida man tweeted bomb threats against Disney executives, deputies say. Black percentage of NYC population shrank over past decade, census results show. Washington woman arrested for vile parking lot assault of woman with a bullish eye sticker, police. 4 educators in Florida's Broward County died of COVID within 24 hours, teachers union. New York State Assembly to suspend impeachment probe once Cuomo steps down, Speaker Heastie says. James Hormel, first openly gay U.S. ambassador, dies at 88. Moderate Dems demand vote on bipartisan infrastructure bill before $3.5 trillion plan advances. Lawsuit accusing Bill Cosby of sexually assaulting teen girl at Playboy Mansion should move forward, judge rules. The following headlines are from military.com. Army picks first civilian head of investigations division. Russian defense chief hails joint military drills with China. Army gives colonel facing kidnapping and assault charges after police standoff an honorable discharge. Taliban sweep across Afghanistan south, take 4 more cities. Police chief, officers, deputies fatally shoot military veteran. More U.S. troops heading into Afghanistan as Taliban conquest approaches tipping point. Army Lieutenant General gets 4th star and becomes 2nd female combatant commander in history. Indonesia's army stops virginity tests on female recruits. Taiwan, U.S. Coast Guards meet despite Chinese pressure. Group cites chemical concerns at military sites near Chesapeake Bay. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Illinois Board of Ed restores state recognition for suburban private school after it agrees to comply with mask mandate. After a week that saw National Weather Service issue 45 thunderstorm and tornado warnings for the area, weekend will be cooler and sunnier. CPS will require a COVID-19 vaccination for teachers, other employees. Chicago is destined for a hometown hero. Bachelorette contestant Andrew Spencer reflects on his time on the show, and those rumors he's to be the next Bachelor. Column, Census says population of worse than Afghanistan. Chicago grew, I demand a recount. Census 2020, did the place where you live gain or lose residents? Search Chicago area counties by city or village. Slain Chicago police officer Ella French was part of community safety team, often worked by newer cops in city's toughest neighborhoods. COVID-19 vaccination rate in single digits for workers at some Illinois nursing homes. Owners would support statewide mandate. Daywatch, Chicago's population grows but suburbs stall. City speed camera rules result in $11 million in fines and a Hollywood ending in Field of Dreams game. Chicago speed cameras now ticket drivers going 6 miles per hour over. The new rules resulted in about 300,000 citations and $11 million in fines in the first 2 months. The following headlines are from phys.org. Researchers develop new way to study neurodegenerative diseases. Northwest heat wave and bad air from wildfires pose danger. Corals survive the heat with bacterial help. Engineers make critical advance in quantum computer design. Wildfires ravage vast area of eastern Bolivia, NGO. Turning off the genes that allow invasive mussels to spread and survive. Image, Hubble peers into a dusty stellar nursery. Traces of Ceres icy crust found at Occator crater. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, August 13th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why does pain hurt? The fall of the Aztec Empire, what really happened in the Battle of Tenochtitlan? Can life exist on a rogue planet? Pupil size may be linked to intelligence. Smartphones with thermal imaging cameras might make handy thermometers. Is CBD legal? Read this before buying. 9 best CBD wholesale suppliers in 2021. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. WSU in strict COVID management after football coach Nick Rolovich's decision to not get vaccinated. Bowers administrative leave extended through August 20th. Concerns heightened for farm workers as another heat wave hits Washington. Church closures, top-down decisions, again. Church closures, concerns unheeded. Florida mother holds her newborn one time before dying of COVID. Observations from the UW Husky 7th fall practice. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Newsom recall election heats up as governor and candidates hit the campaign trail. Kurtenbach, 5 surprising keys to the Giants fairy tale season. Sponsored, VitaCap launches range of mushroom supplements. Sponsored, learn about a wide range of Delta-8 THC products from leading CBD brands. James Hormel, Bay Area man who made history as first out gay U.S. ambassador, dies. Apple to address homeless encampment on San Jose property. Incredibly serious, dangerous, and disturbing. Concord man sentenced to 11 years for taking, sharing sexually explicit picture of infant. San Jose, woman, teens charged in shootout that killed 13-year-old boy. Study, wildfire smoke and soot caused more COVID cases and deaths in California. Explosion of gunfire in Richmond injures toddler. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Montgomery, Prince George's requiring school staff to get COVID shots or face regular tests. DHS warns of newly active Al-Qaeda ahead of 9/11 anniversary. Tucker Carlson, legacy media now censorship machine for Silicon Valley, must be replaced. First live Asian giant murder hornet spotted this year in Washington state. Marjorie Taylor Greene on rising COVID-19 cases, we cannot live forever. Afghan women fear return to dark days amid Taliban sweep. Soldiers plead guilty to smuggling migrants, wore their uniforms to dupe agents. DHS sets new high for catch and release at border. Federal judge leaves CDC evictions moratorium in place. Trump mocks Biden, Democrats over mounting domestic and foreign woes, miss me yet? The next headlines are from The Intercept. As Purdue Pharma sought controversial bankruptcy settlement, it spent over $1.2 million on lobbying. Obligation to Remember, author Spencer Ackerman on the casualties of the War on Terror. The era of climate denial is over. As the Taliban seize cities, desperate Afghans are trapped in an American-made fiasco. Israeli ambassador to U.S. seemingly acknowledges that Israel has nuclear weapons. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, August 13, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Chicago police officers put aside their anger at Lightfoot to ratify 8-year contract. Cubs young starters using final 2 months as audition for spot for 2022 rotation. Some goofed down state called me illegal, but pills and wrapped me up in a hug. Family of slain National Guard soldier calls on Kim Foxx to file murder charges. The Bulls are in a culture shift, and can thank guard Lonzo Ball. Nancy Griffith, Grammy-winning folk singer-songwriter, dies at 68. Vax to School special, CPS mandates COVID-19 vaccination for teachers, all other district employees. The next headlines are from the Times of India. India's late strike leaves second test evenly poised. Why Royal Enfield not in a hurry to get into F-space? Vehicle scrappage policy, what it means for car owners. Kayana trolled for new glamorous photos. Biden slammed for colossal U.S. failure in Afghanistan. Pak's allegations against India on terror attack in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa lies. Families with one flat shouldn't be allowed to own 4-5 cars. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, August 13, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Want to be part of some Mars simulations on Earth? Several speakers tell HISD board to drop the mask mandate. Review, Rise Against It by U Music Center, August 12, 2020. Review, Edie Brickell and New Bohemians at the Heights Theater. Railway Heights softly opens, Hungary's heartbeat soon. Things to do, the best things to eat and drink in Houston this weekend. Deshaun Watson incredulous that media is interested in him. Things to watch, Coda. Abbott and local Dems wage legal war over mask mandates. Things to do, The Out Crowd releases Volume 2 at show at Big Star Bar. The next headlines are about world records making news. Bengali in East Texas refuge sets record as oldest tiger in the world, KLTV. One-handed knitter conquers disability to contribute to world record attempt, Stuff Co. NZ. Man balances field hockey stick on one finger for 3 hours, 35 minutes, UPI News. Watch a Rimac never set an 8.52-second quarter-mile world record, roadandtrack.com. Couple catches 13 record-breaking bar on the Trinity, Field and Stream. A McDonald's lover has eaten 32,340 Big Macs and has the receipts to prove it, Business Insider. July was Earth's hottest month on record. The Weather Channel. Articles from the Weather Channel. Weather.com, the Weather Channel. This guy holds the world record for drinking 2 liters of soda, food and wine. This week in community news, Mario Kart 64 world records, run escape sneakers, and a life-saving Wentech, the gamer. Mario Kart 64 legend just retired because he got betrayed, Kodaku. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. You'll have to wait until 2022 for smart home gadgets that work together. July 2021 was hottest month in recorded history. Reddit wants to be TikTok, as long as that's what you guys are doing now. That could change if you're not into it. They're flexible. What's the weirdest robocall you've ever received? 13 gruesomely excellent Friday the 13th kills. Hear the sound of a spacecraft flying past Venus. FX is why The Last Man series will explore how sex doesn't define gender. Airbnb will now let users who've experienced sexual assault sue the company. We're going the wrong way. Disney CEO doubles down on hybrid movie releases as he counts massive pile of money. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Colinas do Tocantins in Brazil at 132.98 degrees Fahrenheit or 56.1 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University Wi-Di in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. QuakeCon schedule leak shows Quake Revitalized Edition from Machine Games. Students plea to block Indiana U vaccine mandate rejected by Justice Barrett. Study, these ancient straight-shelled cephalopods live the vertical life. Blue hydrogen is worse for the climate than coal, study says. Apple defends iPhone photo scanning, calls it an advancement in privacy. FDA authorizes third COVID vaccine dose for immunocompromised, updated. Excerpt, how Google bought Android, according to folks in the room. Rocket report, NASA installs SLS software, India's GSLV fails to reach orbit. Free Guy review, finally, an authentic gaming film, and it's fun, not perfect. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Anti-masker leaves teacher with lacerations on his face after school makes his daughter wear a mask. Trump praises Tennessee's GOP governor even as state runs out of hospital beds for COVID patients. Georgia County shuts down all of its schools for 2 weeks after mass COVID-19 outbreak. Frantic parents search for options to keep kids safe in Texas schools. Rachel Maddow sounds the alarm about Mississippi. Democrat urges January 6 commission to investigate conservative dark money groups for funding insurrection. GOP lawmaker to serve in exile after being indicted for selling fake stem cell treatment. Florida hospitals using significant levels of oxygen as COVID patients soar. NY State Assembly to suspend impeachment probe once Governor Cuomo steps down, Speaker says. Macomb County GOP censures Republicans who found Biden didn't steal Michigan from Trump. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. We're not going to the moon anytime soon, but Joe Biden won't kill Trump's dream. A small group of moderate Democrats threaten to derail their party's legacy. FDA approves booster vaccines for immunocompromised as Delta rages across the country. Infrastructure bill includes up to $8 billion for clean tech worse than coal. Restorative justice won't work without this crucial piece. America still hasn't processed its original sin. Who is Mayim Bialik, a terrible choice for Jeopardy host? Did you change your mind about COVID-19 vaccines? Despair not, vaccination rates continue to rise. Working for America's biggest chicken processor is no picnic. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Sustainable settlements in space. What could extraterrestrial life look like for humans? Euronews. Searching for life on Mars and its moons. Science magazine. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Research roundup, antibodies, COVID-19 and more, biospace. Astrocyte-derived neurons provide excitatory input to the adult striatal circuitry, pnas.org. How does cerebralism work? London Post. Working memory impairment in drug-naive OCD and DT, Dove Medical Press. Gene expression patterns in the brain that change with chronic opioid use, FloridaNewsTimes.com. Brain gene expression patterns altered by chronic opioid use, Medical Express. Aptnix, APTX, gains 3.69% to close at $2.53 on August 12 to equities.com. Scientists find clues to how a specific synapse type regulates anxiety-like behavior, News Medical Net. A biased perspective on brain imaging of ADHD, American Journal of Psychiatry, MJ Psychiatry. CS and increasing prevalence of nocturnal knee pain in OA Patty JPR, Dove Medical Press. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Ajax Therapeutics reports second quarter 2021 financial results, Business Wire. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, August 13, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO mania is out of control. UFO stigma, alien conspiracy theories and Cold War paranoia. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, August 13, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.